Final game here on Field 2 on day 1 of the USAFL 2025 National Tournament from the Kino Sports Complex in Tucson, Arizona. It's the Seattle Grizzlies against the Baltimore Dockers in this Division II men's matchup. And we are underway here. And the Dockers will get the first clearance of the game. Long kick back towards the far side of the field. Seattle with the first entry inside 50. Going up to take a nice strong grab. Deep inside 50 is Seattle, and they will have the first chance on goal for the game. Around about 30 meters out, 45-degree angle. Kick is on the way, and it's across the face for a minor score. So Seattle Grizzlies get the first score of the game. They're out to 1 behind. Baltimore Dockers yet to score. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Here's Michael Horney to take the kick in. Captain in his Baltimore side. Sorry, there's a downed player behind the play. Thank you, Troy, for pointing that out. One of the Dockers is down. And play is frozen with just a minute into this half. Seattle will return to their bench and didn't catch the number of the player that's down. We'll have a little delay as they attend to him. Back in a moment. It was Isley Autry, number 39 for the Dockers, that was down. With his right leg being helped off the field. Hope the best for him as we're back underway here. Seattle with another foray inside 50. High footy. High pressure at the fall of the ball. Picked up by Jim Ortel. Wrapped up in a tackle, high contact, and Seattle will have an opportunity to go for goal. So Jim Ortel.
Great to see Jim still running around, veteran, Canadian national team representative numerous times. May have had a beer or two with Jim over the years.
And he has had a couple of goals over the years, and he's got one right now, and Seattle's got their first major. 1-1-7, the Seattle Grizzlies lead the Baltimore Dockers, who have yet to score. On the Watch AFL scoreboard, 2.5 into this opening half.
A couple of big physical teams here, and we've seen quite a few big hits already.
And high pressure at the fall of the ball, where you don't get to spoil your copping a fist right to the chin. What a way to close out day one of this national tournament here in Arizona.
Oh.
Speaking of, Dockers come away with the clearance out of the center. Kick straight to a Seattle player back in defense.
Yeah, big Austin Cox really copped it in the ruck there, and he's now limping quite a bit, and his left knee looks a bit sore.
Robbie Hyde's long kick forward.
And in fact, he's interchanged off the ground.
Austin Cox, brother of Mason. Family affair here at the USAFL Nationals. Out of bounds, throw it.
Nick Papa coming into the ruck to replace Austin.
Flung back into play, and there he is, Papa with the touch on the ball, springing Seattle forward. He's a long kick from outside 50, and it drifts off to the right for a minor score.
Made great contact on that kick. Big follow through, plenty of length, just didn't have the accuracy, and that breeze is pushing across the ground, just pushed it wide.
Other than that breeze, that ball had ice. Fortunately, just couldn't keep it straight enough. Seattle out to 8 points. Intercept mark taken by the Grizzlies. Can he go for goal again? Handballs it off. Here's a small little chip kick just over the head of its intended target. Intercepted by Baltimore's. I got rid of the ball before I could ID him. Here comes Baltimore forward. On his knees was Jesse Goldstone. Dockers now move forward. Bouncing ball picked up by the Grizzlies. Immediately pressured off of the ball. Now they go to work in congestion just inside the 50. Seattle. Little kick forward to Jim Ortel. And here comes Seattle back in attack. Good job to track down that ball. And here's Seattle's kick inside 50. Spots a man, and good strong grab. Contested by the Baltimore player, and number 32 for Seattle, who is not numbered, and that hasn't happened for a while, but it's so unfortunate when it does because he's probably about to kick a goal. 40 meters out, slight angle to deal with. Kick is on the way, and it is through. Seattle's got their second.
Yeah, it's a really hot potato all around the ground at all the contests, but Seattle able to get the ball out in the open and to those leading forwards look really dangerous once they can break it out. But we'll see if Baltimore can do the same in reverse.
Especially once the end switch and Baltimore is going to that end of the ground. It's more of a cross breeze than more than anything, but
is slightly favoring Seattle's end, yeah.
That has seemed to be the hot end of the ground. And here comes Seattle back inside 50. This should be an easy grab. And it is taken by Seattle. Another 40-ish meter kick. This one coming up for Tatankan Chichiana. Sorry.
Maybe Chichana, but let's see how we go.
No pronunciation guide is the nightmare of any commentator, and Chichiana pushes it wide for a minor score. 2-3-15 go the Grizzlies. Baltimore Dockers yet to score. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard, 7:15 into this opening half.
So you'll see Seattle's got the zone set here. Spread evenly across the ground, waiting for the ball to land in the area. And like that, Jim Ortel's just able to come forward, defend the ball across the line, effect a throw in, they set up and try and goal from the stoppage.
Seattle's pressure game has been off the charts here in the opening half. 12 minutes to go. the ball is flung back into play. Papa gets the touch on it. Spills out to an area for number 32 to run onto the ball. Picked up by Seattle. Now looking to spin around towards goal. Has to go back. Here's a kick. And it's not kicked right enough. It stays to the left and through for another behind.
They really did work that stoppage well, getting the ball centered out and giving themselves a chance at goal there so they weren't in the dead pocket. It was really good.
2-4-16 Seattle. Baltimore Dockers yet to score. Dockers kick it forward and over the top. Did he grab that?
He did so.
He did. What a mark. Can it lead to a score? Push in the back, and Dockers will get the free. Max Rennie. Here's Matt Zappel. Looks towards 50. Just over the fingertips of Blake McGrath. And free kick the way of the Dockers. Looks out to this near side. Jumping at it was Jason Curtis. It was spoiled out from behind. Big pressure game from both sides, actually. Douglas Fitzpatrick centering ball. Just a little bit too far. Giving chase on it is number 73 for Seattle. And out the other side, boundary throw. What a start.
Yeah, it was a really good run there on the outside as well as that ball came in the forward line. Unlucky not to run onto it and kick a goal. A dump kick just not really coming off there for Baltimore.
And it will be Aaron Elton charging into the pack to grab the mark, and he'll have an opportunity for Seattle's third. And it is just drifted off to the right. And through for another behind. 2-5-18. 2-5-17, excuse me, go the Seattle Grizzlies. Baltimore Dockers yet to score. Just over halfway through this opening half. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard, the official international streaming partner of the AFL. Trying to check the around the grounds, haven't updated yet. Try to get information to you as soon as we can. Advantage paid. Seattle charging forward. Here's a kick towards goal, and that goes across the face and through for a minor score. 2-6-18 now Seattle moves out to, and the Dockers have really not had much time in their forward end. Touchdown by a Seattle defender off the kick in. Now the Dockers have some space to move forward. Picked up by Jordan Veligan, excuse me. They battle for it. At the center of the ground, Seattle comes away with the ball. Little chip kick inside 50, spots a man on the lead. And mark taken by number 57, Hayden Curtis.
Yeah, did well to keep his feet there, just stretched out the arms, opened the fingers, made sure he grabbed it and held on to it.
Curtis striding in, delivers it straight over the post, and it is through for a goal.
It'll be a bit of relief on the coaching bench over there at Seattle because there's two types of scoreboard pressure, and one's when the other team's piling it up on you. One is when you're failing to convert and continually kicking those behinds, and that can grow even more if the other team happens to then get a goal. But they've got that monkey off the back now, kicking their third goal, and they'll be looking to capitalise going into halftime.
Especially if the highway side of the ground still is as hot as it was in the last game and is continuing to be here in the first half. As here's Baltimore's first entry inside 50. Ball takes a bounce, kind of a dead bounce, and it's kicked out on the full by Seattle.
That could be costly.
That could 100% be costly. It'll be around about 40 meters from where they set the mark.
Yeah, he just wasn't under much pressure, and he needed to just drop the ball down the wing here, but putting it out in kicking range, it's very dangerous.
They'll need to put this one a little bit further to the right. And it is marked.
Everyone was claiming it.
But it wasn't over the line. It was indeed over the line. So through for a minor score for Baltimore. They're on the board, cutting it down to a 23-point lead. Seattle are 3-6-24. Baltimore Dockers the one behind. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard with 6 minutes to go in this opening half. William Swizzle saw the ball go off of his chest. Seattle with a little handball off the body of Twizzle and deflects over the line out of bounds. Off the restart.
Ooh, heavy knock to Jim Mortel there.
Big knock as they all put hands up towards the ball. Slow to get up, but does eventually get back into it. Doesn't look too worse somewhere. Shake it off. Meanwhile, directly in front of the Baltimore 50, ball up. Kicked out of congestion, one-on-one in the center of the ground. Baltimore player wrapped up by Max Rennie. No Pryor, ball up. Stuck in the center of the ground. Umpire throws it up again. Pinballing around in the center, spills out to Ortel, who skies a kick. Takes a backspin bounce. Kelpis is there for pressure for Baltimore. Out the other way, inside 50 go the Grizzlies. Nice strong grab.
Hit him right on the chest.
And Seattle goes back for yet another one. .35 out, slide angle, and makes no mistake, goal number 4 for Seattle. They lead by 29 points.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's watching this can probably see, but Seattle got a lot of height, right? And the big man up forward, they've got Lambo in the ruck. They had Papa come on before, and Austin Cox, of course, who hasn't come back on the ground, but really blessed for tall talent and giving him full first use at the ball, Seattle.
And there again off the ruck, but straight to Baltimore, who was able to clear it away from the congestion. One-on-one, tall timber in defense. Mark taken by Michael Gelbart. Up the center of the ground, Mark taken, handballed off by number 19 for Seattle. Kick to the near side, half forward area for Chichiana. And another big grab inside the forward 50 for Hayden Curtis.
Yeah, he's just a big rangy unit and very confident when the ball's in the air. Nice strong hands.
Curtis from a 45-degree angle. And the kick is straight, and it is through for Seattle's 5th. 5:36 go the Grizzlies. Baltimore Dockers the one behind. 35-point lead to Seattle with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, Baltimore have really got to go against that height now. I think running the ball in numbers really needs to be their go. Not giving the opportunity for those tall blokes to take the grabs over them. Of course, in the center bounce, you don't have much choice.
Not at all. Landbo with a strong punch forward, and on the fringes of 50, the ball goes once again on the attacking end of Seattle. Congested game, and Baltimore's Michael Horney with the ball. He's taken down. It'll be a ball up. Toss back up. Baltimore won the tap there, down to Valone Kafex Holy.
Again,
Jesus
just kicking
Christ.
the ball up in the air, right? They just needed to not do that.
And
Oh,
Jesus Christ, the
coast to
length
coast.
on that kick. Andrew Walters back in defense for the Dockers. Looking over to the far side now. And Seattle over the line, out of bounds.
And that's the half. I didn't hear the siren, but it's the half.
There must have been they must have ended injury time a little earlier than we thought, as the half comes to a close and the Seattle Grizzlies have a 35-point lead over the Baltimore Dockers going into the break. We'll be back with the second half of play here from Tucson in the final half today at the USAFL 2025 National Tournament.
Back, okay? Alex C, back pocket, okay?
Hey, boys. All right. Use your voice all day. Use your voice, okay? Swannaroos on 3. 1, 2, 3. Swannaroos!
Let's go, boys!
1, 2, 3, 3.
Strong in that quarter was fantastic.
Last half of play here on the Saturday of the 2025 USAFL National Tournament. The Seattle Grizzlies lead the Baltimore Dockers 5-6, 36-1 behind.
Beautiful conditions now. Long shadows across the field. Here we go.
Nice little breeze, cooling the temperature down. Out of the middle, high footy off the kick from Seattle, tap down. The Dockers come away with the ball.
They come away with the ball in the wrong direction.
Wrong direction. Just thought they were trying to reset back. But Seattle comes away with it. Here's Robbie Hyde trying to sell some candy in the middle. Strong tackle. Little congested ball, handball over the back. Picked up again by Hyde. He sends one inside 50 to a 2-on-2. Strong grab taken by number 13. Solid. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Type G.
Type G, whose kick drifts off to the left and through for a minor score.
Another USAFL Revolution international or national player at international cups. Great footballer and veteran now.
Good grab there, taken by Bryn Hansen of the Dockers. Goes short. Now the kick down the near side of the ground takes a bounce and over the line for a boundary throw.
So that breeze is picked up and dropped off all day, and just for the moment it's dropped off again.
We favor Seattle with a 36-point lead. So hold on to the end of this one. Umpire calls for the ball. Toss back up. Winning the tap was Hansen. And picking it up off the ground was Arn Landbo. Stuck on the deck, and we'll throw it up once again. Give a special shout out to all of our camera crew and volunteers that have been keeping us updated on the scores around the grounds and bringing these pictures to you all day here in Tucson from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. now. And the best part is we get to do it all again tomorrow when we hand out some hardware.
Real indication it's late in the day. The lights have just come on at the ground.
I don't think this is going to really affect it very much with this golden hour that we have, as the kick from number 11 of the Dockers was forced offline by the pressure of Blake McGrath. It's out on the full, and Seattle will get a free.
I know we discussed it last night. It was a beautiful evening here under the lights, in the future potential for nationals, that if they are played here, we could be seeing games under lights.
Not today, unfortunately, and definitely not tomorrow. These games will be wrapped up well before 6. Here comes Seattle once again. Handball off the mark. Now inside 50 as it pinballs around. Picked up by number 11 of the Dockers. Seattle with a little handball over to number 13 in Tybe G. And it is across the face and through for a minor score.
Tybe G was the correction we just got from the boundary.
Seattle 5-8-38. Baltimore Dockers 1 behind. 37-point lead to Seattle.
That zone in effect again. So Seattle just zoned out, and they'll look to just spoil it to ground here.
Off the hands of Twizzle and over the line. Couldn't stick the mark. It'll be a throw in. 15 minutes to go in this half. 37 points the Dockers have to make up. Toss back into play. Off the foot as they charge the ruck. Iverson. Little toe poke by number 19, Blake McGrath of the Grizzlies. Now the Dockers send it inside 50. Back spinning bounce. Has it go right into the arms of David Bridges. Seattle will reset. Up the far side of the ground. It's corralled by the Dockers, number 2, Michael Horney, taken down. And still we play on as they run over the ball, trying to get possession. Here's Jim Ortel for Seattle. Kicks it down the line, hugs the boundary, stays in. Seattle looking for some space. With the ball is Nick Papa. Back into
That's got to be a throw. Umpires missed it. He was behind it.
and it's play on. Robbie Hyde delivers inside 50. Gets the handball receive. Centers it back up. And the Dockers will clear it outside. And mark taken in intercept by Max Rennie. Kick on the lead, top of the square, 1-on-1. Mark taken directly in front of goal. And Hayden Curtis will go back to kick Seattle's 6th. Directly in front of goal. Hayden Curtis
Wasn't
struck
pretty.
it well, and centimeter perfect goal.
Yeah, a bit of a wobbler, but got the distance, so that's all that matters.
Didn't need to be perfect when you're about halfway between the arc and the goals. 6-8-44 go the Grizzlies, leading the Baltimore Dockers by 43. Baltimore with 1 behind on the Watch AFL scoreboard. 7.5 into this second half.
And over at the other ground,
It's also a routing.
field 1, yeah, the Denver Bulldogs, 9-2 lead Golden Gate 1-1. So, yeah, very one-sided over there.
And we do not have any eyes on the grounds at field 3 to tell you what's going on between the defending premier Austin Crows against the New York Magpies. Ryan Brubaker with a kick inside and
Coming back for a
It's gonna
throw.
Yep.
I thought the umpire had missed that one as well, but no, right on that one.
Seattle with a chance to go back again.
Oh.
Coughs it up to number 15, Bryn Hansen, who delivers inside 50 off hands, and it will roll over the line before a player in orange can get there, and it's through for a behind. So Baltimore out to 2 points now, 42 points trailing the Seattle Grizzlies. On the Watch AFL scoreboard, 8.5 into the second half. Off the kick in. Good strong grab by the Baltimore Dockers. Handballs it off to Scott Kelbis, who delivers inside 50. Going to work on the ground, punch forward, right to the Seattle player. Little handball off to the open wing. Going back up the far side and finds a player to calm things down a bit. And the chip kick will cement their exit outside of the danger zone. Still on the far side. Kept in at the line. Handball over everybody's head. And now they go to ground fighting for it. Picking it up is Blake McGrath with a little bicycle kick to spring his players forward. Dockers look to go into the corridor. They all chase after it now. It's hung up. Seattle comes away with the ball. Here is Robbie Hyde, who delivers inside 50 to a one-on-one. Have players chasing after it. Just dropped in front of the man on the lead. And throw the call. And Baltimore will get the free kick. Just over halfway into this final half of play here on Saturday, the USAFL National Tournament presented by Tasmanian, Cooper's Beer, and Watch AFL.
A little bit of confusion as to where the kick needs to be taken here, but the umpires sorted that out.
Long kick down the line from Baltimore, one-on-one, brought to ground by William Twizel. Picked up off the ground by number 32 for Seattle. Handballed off. Here's Ryan Brubaker with some space to work with down the near side. The kick went off the outside of the boot and rolls across the line for a boundary throw deep inside forward 50 for the Baltimore Dockers on the near side.
A bit disappointing. Had the advantage there. Really had an opportunity to either put the ball out in front of the full forward or take it on and kick the goal, but off the side of the boot, and we got the stoppage.
Thrown back into play. Sockers to keep it alive. Here's the kick across the face, taken by Seattle. Little hurried kick, just looking to get it away from danger, and Tyson Killinger takes the mark in defense. Chips one out to Blake McGrath. McGrath looks up the center of the ground. Baltimore takes it off the one hop. Kicks it back inside 50. Only Seattle players at the fall of the ball. Handballs it back. Coughs it up to Baltimore. Couldn't corral it in was Ryan Brubaker. And big tackle. Back inside 50 again come the Dockers. Seattle up the near side, spots a man in Douglas Fitzpatrick, who's unmarked, and takes it rather easily. Ditto for Chachiana. Into the forward pocket. Kicked out by Baltimore. Spots Bryn Hansen. And Baltimore comes back. 7 minutes to go on a 42-point margin. Certainly a tall task. Jesse Galdston, good block from number 32 of the Grizzlies to keep that kick from entering 50. It'll be a boundary throw.
And it hasn't all come up off for them, but if you watch the last 5 minutes only, like you would think Baltimore were winning this game. So they've got themselves back into this and are having a crack. Perhaps Seattle have taken the foot off the pedal a little.
And it's just this tournament format with the running clock that makes it so difficult for teams to come back once a large lead has been opened up, like Seattle was able to do in the opening 20.
And I got to say, good news for Seattle with Austin Cox back out on the ground now for the first time since that injury at the start of the game. They'll need him in the games tomorrow.
Seattle losing last year in the Division II Grand Final to the Houston Lone Stars, who are in Division I this year. Seattle a mainstay in Division II year in and year out. Certainly be happy to know that they will have the services of Cox tomorrow. Under 6 minutes to play here in the final game of this tournament on Saturday. Spills out to Baltimore and dropping the mark that looked like it was going to be taken for a second by the Dockers. They all go to ground. Ball up near side forward pocket for the Baltimore Dockers. Toss back up into play. Andrew Riviera was on the line, and it's deflected out for another throw-in. Basically seeing out the end of this one. Dockers looking to maybe grab a couple back, but 7 goals to make up. 5 minutes. Lee Matthews' rule will say that's impossible.
Who'd argue with Lee?
1 point closer to making that happen as they put another one for a minor score. 44 plays 3 on the Watch AFL scoreboard. High ball, edge of 50 for Seattle. They go to work for it now. And high contact paid by the umpire. Seattle will get the free kick. Kicked inside 50. Spots a man alone, uncontested. Been a lot of that today for Seattle. And a chance to pad the stats a little bit more are the Grizzlies.
Well, I think it's important. As I said, Baltimore sort of come back into this game a little bit in the last period, but Seattle would want to finish off strongly to take that momentum into tomorrow, as well as, you know, the big win on the scoreboard.
So Matt Hawking, around about 35 out on an angle, gives it a ride, and it is through for a goal. Seattle extending the lead out further. 50 points. The Grizzlies go to 7-8-50, plays 3 behind, 47 points to margin on the Watch AFL scoreboard. 3 minutes to play. Final over on the field behind us.
Looks like a 42-point win there to Denver over Golden Gate. They'll continue on their merry way tomorrow, Denver.
Picking up right where they left off, wanting another chance to beat the Austin Crows. We'll have to see how tomorrow shakes out to see if they'll have another opportunity or if another team in Division I will have the chance to take off the Kings. Here is a kick towards goal, just dies short of the line. It was well struck and accurate, but Seattle with a touch on the line to keep it in play. 2 minutes to play here. Sent back into the corridor. Kick from number 15, Bryn Hansen inside 50. Taken by Seattle with some pace. Counter-attack could be on. Little tap down, very clever tap. Baltimore first service on the ball though. Good follow-up by Kenneth Nogier. It'll be a ball up.
This game finishing last today, and the lights are actually taking a little bit of effect now. So it's probably a smart move to turn them on.
Yeah, if only it were cloudier so we can get that true night twilight MCG game feel. But lights or no lights, we certainly will have that feel around the grounds tomorrow when we get to grand final time. No love lost between Rennie and Galdston.
It's just letting you know how he felt. There wasn't too much in that, fortunately. So they've moved on.
Yeah, no, just how you doing? Just letting you know I'm here. I exist. Matt Hawking with a long kick towards goal over everybody's head. Make it another. 8:56 go the Grizzlies. 53-point winners Seattle will be over the Baltimore Dockers.
A real chip shot, that one. He almost missed the ball underneath. But went high and long. Got the job done.
Final seconds should tick down before the ball is thrown up again by the umpire. Maybe have one little passage of play. Rucks cancel each other out. Seattle looks like to get the clearance. Siren should be coming any second now. And that is it. The Seattle Grizzlies beat the Baltimore Dockers 8-8-56 to 3 behinds. 53-point winners are Seattle. And that will do it for day one here at Nationals.
Yeah, what a great day it is. What has been out here at field number 2. We've seen some great footy. Weather's been perfect. The grounds are magnificent. A great job done by Doran and all the staff to set that up today. Everyone's turned up here. It's all been good to go, and it's been pretty seamless, really.
Great job to our broadcasting crew all day for bringing these games to you. And special shout out too to all the groundskeeping crews that have done an amazing job preparing all these 5 fields in preparation for today's game. Even some crazy mow lines that make it look like a big stadium in Australia, giving it these big game feels as the United States footy community descends here in Tucson to celebrate this great game. Coming up tomorrow, the first game on this field will be at 9 o'clock in a men's Division III matchup between Chicago and Columbus. That's at 9 o'clock. And grand finals start at around about 1 p.m. tomorrow with men's Division III, all the way up to the final game on the feature field tomorrow, the women's Division I grand final at 4:30, immediately following the men's Division I final at 3 o'clock. So, for Troy Thompson, I've been Patrick Machado. Thank you for joining us today at the USAFL 2025 National Tournament from Tucson, Arizona.